Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to Market Recap with Charting Research. So let's start analyzing Nifty and look at other indices and commodities and plan for the next week. So as you can see, this is the weekly chart of Nifty. We have a positive candle closing in the weekly time frame. So if you see, let's go to a daily and looking at daily, even though price broke below previous weekly low and closed, we didn't get a trending move in the market for the last 4 days. On Friday, we saw a upside breakout and closed on the upside with the 2% up move. The reason being hourly. So if you see, if I draw a trend line below this trend, below this level, and price was trying to break down, but every time it was trying to move up, not breaking down. And that was the reason there could be a reversal. I was expecting a reversal because RSI was clearly saying double divergence in the hourly time frame. I was expecting a reversal, or if the price is not breaking below 23,080 levels, 150, 23,150 levels, it could be the reason that it needs higher resistance and then give a down move. But looking at Bank Nifty, I was bullish and it turned around well. And as of now, for Monday, I expect a up move from here. If price starts to move above 23,650, then we might see 23,830 first target, and then we might as well move towards 24,100. So on the upside, for any down move, it has to break below 23,300. Only then we can turn bearish. Unless and until this level is held, we have to be bullish. And then we have coming to Bank Nifty. So looking at Bank Nifty, if you see it gave a strong consolidation at this zone. It was not breaking down below this gap, and now it has turned around and broke above the 4-hour previous swing high and given a very strong closing of 3%, almost 3% in the daily time frame. So once it starts to break above 57,500 and give a close, there could be a change of trend in bullish in daily time frame to bullish. So you have to keep a watch because Bank Nifty could lead the rally compared to Nifty. And the reason being here is the ratio of Bank Nifty and Nifty is almost near the breakout level. So if you see, so this has been the resistance level for this ratio. And as of now, it is showing a very strong candle, and once, twice, third, three times this trend line is very much valid. And if it starts to move above 2.4 and 2.5, we might see a very good rally breaking towards pre-COVID levels. So we have a strong consolidation here, rounded bottom leg structure in this ratio. So you might as well keep a watch on this ratio here. So Bank Nifty could outperform Nifty. So you have to concentrate on the Bank Nifty index for in the coming weeks and coming months. This is my view, and I have been watching this ratio for quite some time now. And coming to small caps is also trying to move up from here. So if you see it, once it starts to break over 18,400, we might see a rally again. And then we have infra index. Infra index is at, sorry, not infra, Realty. So Realty index is at 50 EMA, and once we have a bullish candle here. Once it starts to close above 1820 levels in the monthly time frame, we could see a rally in the Realty index again. So keep a watch on the Realty index, small caps, and these are the index I'm keenly watching for buy. And IT is still bearish, and I don't think we have a buying opportunity here after the breakdown of Head and Shoulder and retest, subsequent retest twice, and 21 EMA tested once, and then we have a strong breakdown. It is bearish. Kindly avoid IT for now unless there is a change of trend. Price starts moving about 32,000 levels or 34,000 levels. We cannot say there is buying in the IT index. So you have to be very much careful here. And we have PS, public sector enterprises, they are also bearish, and metals as of now, you have to wait and see how things are moving. Daily time frame, it is at previous resistance zone turned support now, and 50 EMA. So you have to keep a watch on how things are moving from here. And the thing here is private banks are bullish right here. It has taken support from the 200 EMA. Previous support also emerged from the 200 EMA. Right now, again, we have a support from here. So let's see how things are moving. So you have to be concentrate on the private banks and public banks. If you see previous resistance zone, this turned out to be support here, and I have posted the chart also. So this is turning out to be a double bottom. Weekly is bullish now. If the daily support starts to hold and break above 9,100 levels, we might see a rally to begin in PSU banks also. You just have to keep on the an eye on these indices and plan your trades ahead. And we have coming to commodities world. So first, I want to mention about this dollar index. Right now, it is kind of bottoming out. If it starts to, we cannot confirm until it starts to break above 100.6 and 102 levels. So once we see a good rally from here, then we might as well move towards 105. And only thing I'm worried about is this has been a strong resist support previously. Now it is acting as resistance. So keep a watch and see how things are moving from here. And as per dollar, if it starts to move from here, then we might see rupee sliding again, and it is kind of holding at previous resistance now. Let's see how things move in the coming days. As of now, it is at 95 point, closed at 95.1. And coming to crude oil, so what I see in crude oil is something like a sorry, this has been a small issue. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. So we have something like a rounded top here. So once it starts to break down, we might see a fall in crude oil futures. I was saying that prices making lower lows and lower highs. I already mentioned that crude is bearish. So previous 4 hour highs are not breaking out. So if you see, so this was high, it was getting rejected, and again, this was one more high. It was getting rejected, and the price is not making new highs. So unless and until we have a new high, it could lead to selling in the coming days. And then we have gold. Gold, I have clearly mentioned it is in downtrend, and this it is making lower lows, lower highs. If you see previous lows and are breaking down, it is making lower lows and lower highs. As per Fibonacci, in the weekly time frame, so since the goals rally from this point in 2020 through at from 118 levels, if I take the Fibonacci from this level, so if you see this, I expect a 50% retracement. That's why I have mentioned that prices could come to 3,700. So right now, we are at the 38% retracement. So we might as well come to 3,700. Already we have corrected by more than 25%. And this is not a surprise because it should come to those levels. And monthly time frame, we have just the rally after the rally, we are giving a pullback. Gold is giving a pullback, which could come towards 3,700. Make no mistake, this is not the time to invest in gold, and you have to wait for the prices to settle down in the monthly, weekly, consolidate, and then only then we might get an opportunity to trade. So this is my view on gold. And coming to silver again. So if you see, silver had given a very strong rally from 30 to 120, and now it has to give a pullback. This is the nature of prices. Once it has, if it moves up, so for every up move, it has to give a pullback, consolidate, and then move up. So right now we are in a pullback region. So you have to wait and see. So we are in a pullback. The pullback has not completed yet. So we have to wait and then plan, which could take few years and few months. This is not the time again. So I have been mentioning that again, if I take the Fibonacci from this level, so if you see, this is 50% retracement. I expect some more, which could come to 57, and then we can plan how the prices hold at this level, and then we might see a buying opportunity only after a few years. That's what I expect, at least after a few months, not immediately. And I want to be very clear, gold and silver are not viable for the next few months. You just have to wait patiently. And this is my view on gold and commodities and other indices. So, if not for the import taxes, we might have seen prices breaking below 1,30,000 levels in the gold in the Indian markets, and silver too would have come below 2 lakh. So let's see how things move in the market. And that's all for today. Thank you so much.